Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on the war between Israel and Hamas after Israel forces hit a refugee camp in Gaza. And as hundreds of foreign nationals, including at least 5 Americans trapped in Gaza since the war began, have finally been allowed to cross into Egypt. Also, the new report showing a rise in cancer among young people. What may be behind it? Dr. Ashton is here. So much more right here on GMA.
Ahead in our next hour, GMSA, our coverage continues from overnight on a shooting at North Star Mall. What police are saying about the suspects who got away. Plus, thousands of seniors facing food insecurity in South Texas as they struggle to make ends meet. What the San Antonio Food Bank is doing to help with a new plan. And up next, Texas Rangers are now 1 win away from a World Series title. What they've got to do tonight to take home their first championship trophy. And checking TransGuide right now. Traffic is building at 410 and Ingram in the northbound lanes. There's 410 at Harry Wurzbach. As RJ guessed, between Halloween, World Series, and Spurs last night, so folks may be getting a late start out the door this morning. But we are here for you. We'll be back.
Tough questions for Israel after its devastating airstrikes on a Gaza refugee camp as the FBI warns of increasing threats to the U.S. I'm ABC's Justin Finch. The story ahead.
Back here at home, San Antonio police investigating a shooting at North Star Mall. The condition of the woman who was shot while trying to prevent shoplifting.
Taking a look outside with live cam, 43 degrees, another chilly start to November 1st. Mike will have our forecast in just a bit.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, November 1st.
It's so nice to start November, nice and chilly. I know we've had Halloweens where kiddos can't really wear the, maybe the really thick Halloween costumes.
Right.
But last night, I think that was the trend, like the big furry suits and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and like I said earlier this morning, I don't know how some folks, a lot of parents were walking around in flip-flops last night. It was getting kind of chilly out there, especially just when you're sitting passing out candy. But yeah, I mean, a ton of kids out there. It was beautiful weather for it. This morning was waking up. We're starting off just perfect out there. But yes, it is definitely on the cold side. We've got a lot of clear skies. We were looking at the planet Venus earlier this morning. That's now risen out of this picture. But we're going to be seeing just an absolutely gorgeous sunrise. Think back a couple of weeks ago when we had that stretch of some beautiful weather and those just spectacular sunrises. That's what we're going to be seeing this morning. 43 right now in town, 33 Kerrville, right at freezing now in Hondo. Comfort was actually down around freezing earlier this morning, and we were a little bit cooler as well here in town, and somewhat of a breeze has kind of stirred up the atmosphere a little bit, but we will still continue to drop down over the next couple of hours. 7-mile-per-hour wind here in town, Castroville at 8, so with that little bit of a breeze, you do have somewhat of a wind chill. Hondo feels like 26 right now, 39 at the airport, and 32 over there at Randolph is what it feels like. Allergens, got a whole grocery list of them out there, but everything is on the low side. And throughout the rest of the morning, temperatures, we will, like I said, drop down more and then warm up quickly. Nothing but clear skies and sunshine all day long. Make it up to 53 at noon. Then we're going to top off at 63 later on today. How much longer does the cold, beautiful weather last? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Marquez.
All right, Mike. Yeah, so I've been kind of following this situation there in the southwest side. We had ongoing construction. Now we have a confirmed crash out there by TxDOT, confirming maybe a couple of vehicles may be involved in this wreck here. So what you're looking at here, no longer on 35. This is actually Loop 410 North. So this is the entrance ramp from 35 going into the north lanes of basically southwest Loop 410, and people kind of recognize it that way as well. So you can see that we have traffic slowly kind of trickling through, at least a couple of lanes blocked in this area. As we take a look at our maps, you can see right here, it's basically Loop 410 northbound at Quintana Road. That's kind of what we're looking at. You can see traffic already starting to build as people make their way, and our maps just put their icon there. So good timing there for our maps as we continue to recognize this. The rest of the city, traffic moving along pretty smooth, but this is obviously an ongoing situation on the southwest side that we will continue to follow. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. To our top story this morning, 2 suspects are on the run after a shooting last night at North Star Mall. San Antonio police say a man in his 40s and a woman were attempting to shoplift at Macy's at North Star when a loss prevention officer confronted them just before 8 p.m. SAPD says the man shot the officer in the leg and ran off. The officer was taken to a hospital, and she's expected to be okay. Katrina Weber will be live at 6:30 this morning with the latest on the search for suspects.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to find this missing girl. She's on your screen right now. Take a look. 13-year-old Zoe Marie Ramos has been missing for the past 2 weeks. She has brown eyes, brown hair with red highlights, and she was last seen wearing a black hoodie and blue jeans. If you know anything that can help to lead to her, you're asked to call BCSO. That number on the bottom of your screen right there, 210-335-6000.
A pair of teens charged in a deadly 2020-22 shooting are behind bars again after cutting off their ankle monitors. 17-year-old Isaac Gonzalez and an unnamed 15-year-old were each arrested a year ago after Bexar County deputies say they fired more than 100 gunshots into a far west side home, killing a woman that lived there and injuring another woman inside. Deputies say the teens targeted the wrong home and were arrested shortly after and given ankle monitors. Recently, both of them had been on the run after cutting those monitors off and were arrested within the last week. Both face murder charges.
A man accused of killing a 5-year-old boy now has a trial date, but the case still has several unresolved issues. So Daniel Garcia is charged with the murder of Dominique Aguilar Acevedo, who was allegedly killed in San Antonio back in July of 2021. The child's body was found months later in a Colorado ravine. Garcia's trial is now scheduled for May 3rd. The next hearing is scheduled next November. The victim's mother, Nicole Aguilar, was also charged in the case, but with injury to a child. Now she is scheduled to go to trial on the 1st in February.
In your morning headlines, new scrutiny over the police response to the Lewiston, Maine shootings that killed 18 people. The Portland Press-Herald reports there was a 12-hour delay between when officials found suspected shooter Robert Card's vehicle and when investigators began using it for tracking and evidence. A local law enforcement official says that slowed the manhunt. Card also displayed signals that his mental health was on a drastic decline before the shooting.
Meanwhile, the man who broke into a Colorado amusement park armed for war was not on law enforcement's radar. So investigators say a 20-year-old man snuck into the Glenwood Caverns amusement park armed to kill. He had an arsenal of guns and explosives, including fake grenades, pipe bombs, and a real IED. However, he took his own life instead and left a message behind on the wall of a women's restroom where park maintenance found him.
We had the potential for something very heinous and gruesome to happen in this community. We were fortunate that it did not occur.
Investigators now plan to interview his family, friends, and former teachers to try to understand his motive.
Turning to the Middle East and escalating tensions in the Israel-Hamas war, the Gaza Health Ministry says Israeli military airstrikes on a Gaza refugee camp killed at least 52 Palestinian civilians and injured many more.
Israel says it launched those attacks to target Hamas terrorist leaders. As ABC's Justin Finch reports, the strike is prompting the United Nations to call for a humanitarian ceasefire.
This morning, Gaza's largest refugee camp now leveled and many lives lost after an Israeli air assault. This doctor saying there are injured everywhere, many working hastily to rescue survivors, including children from the rubble. ABC News determining the airstrikes caused craters consistent with bombs dropped from an aircraft. The Israel Defense Forces confirming it carried out the strikes and that it killed a top Hamas leader and other militants. The IDF accusing Hamas of using civilians as human shields. ABC's Ian Pannell pressing an IDF official on why the Jabalia camp was targeted.
There were secondary explosions and that the subterranean infrastructure also exploded or imploded as a result of some kind of secondary explosion. And that there are quite a lot of casualties in the area, presumably
civilian casualties.
At this stage, I can't confirm that. I assess that is the case.
Israel also bombing southern Gaza. Egyptian media reporting the Rafah gates could open to injured Palestinians today. The U.S. hoping the same applies to Americans.
Roughly 1,000 people who are stuck in Gaza.
On Capitol Hill, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken urging lawmakers to approve defense aid for Israel amid several interruptions from anti-war protesters Nearly a month into the Israel-Hamas war, FBI Director Christopher Wray warning about the risk of attacks here at home.
The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level.
And Secretary Blinken has announced plans to travel to Israel Friday for continued talks with Israeli leaders about the Hamas war. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
609, 43 degrees.
Still to come, thousands of seniors are facing food insecurity in South Texas as they struggle to make ends meet. What the San Antonio Food Bank is doing to help.
The Texas Rangers one win away from a World Series title. What they've got to do tonight to take home their first championship.
43 degrees at 6:09. The cool temps are here. Definitely feeling like a November 1st day. Mike will have our forecast when we come back.
Just about 6:13, right before Game 4 of the World Series, Adolis Garcia and Max Scherzer were removed from the Rangers roster due to injury sustained in Game 3. But that didn't stop the Rangers from putting on a show last night. They came out guns blazing over the Arizona Diamondbacks, taking a commanding lead in as early as the second inning. Marcus Semien hit a two-run triple to extend the lead to 3 before Corey Seager, who's been exceptional this postseason, blasted a two-run bomb shortly thereafter. And while the Rangers bullpen allowed 7 runs late, Texas hangs on to win 11-7. Series is now led by Texas 3-1, and they could clinch the title tonight in Game 5 out in the desert.
Another successful Muertos Fest is in the books, but if you didn't get a chance to go enjoy it this past weekend, you can still check out all the altars on display by watching a special broadcast that's airing tonight.
We'll be airing a recap of this weekend's festivities on air and online from 8 to 10 p.m. tonight and sharing special stories from Muertos Fest, so make sure you tune in.
It's 6:14, 42 degrees.
And RJ Marquez has a look at traffic.
All right, guys. Yeah, big incident here in the southwest side. We continue to follow here. Looking at the northbound lanes of Loop 410 here. So basically southwest Loop 410, it's kind of a lot of people recognize it that way. So we're looking at traffic coming in from 35 north into Loop 410. You can see the entrance ramp right here, and we have at least a couple of lanes here, main lanes blocked in this area. Traffic is slowly getting through here, but again, causing some issue here. And this is actually at Quintana Road. As we take a look closer at our maps, see we have this crash being indicated here again, northbound lanes of Loop 410 at Quintana Road. We also had a disabled vehicle here near Fisher Road, so there's just a lot of things going on for our drivers there on the southwest side. Taking a look at some other incidents across the city. This just popped up on TxDOT's radar right now. This is northbound 35 at 37, so basically right there at Jones Avenue near Maverick Park. So a stalled vehicle being reported here in the downtown area. But again, biggest thing we're following at the moment here is out here in the southwest side, 35 south. Traffic moving in north to Loop 410. That's going to be the biggest issue at the moment right now. So something that hopefully we can get crews on the scene there and get maybe cleared out. Maybe, hopefully soon, because it's a lot going on out there.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Happy November 1st. No Shave November now officially underway, and we'll have much more coming up in the days ahead.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to see it. And RJ did not grow that over this weekend. I asked him, he's like, that'd been impressive.
A clinical study, if that was the case. I'd even be impressed with myself.
Bottle that stuff. Yeah. So, and remember, Team Gray Hair. Go. That's my team.
I couldn't gather.
Anyway, school bus. You may want to warm up the car a little bit this morning. We got some freezing readings in parts of the hill country. Mid-30s here in town. Clear skies. Gorgeous sunrise this morning, and a jacket throughout a good portion of the day. We'll top off at 63, so we're still going to be 14 degrees below normal later on today. All right, another just beyond adorable picture. Aww. Look at these two little princesses. Oh my goodness gracious. Are they adorable? And just like our little guy about an hour ago, the one in the back's got her tongue sticking out there. I love that. And then says they're getting ready for Christmas. A lot of people say after Halloween, get ready for Christmas. Don't forget about Thanksgiving, of course. the unsung holiday there, but absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very much for the picture of those two little princesses. Clear skies out there right now. Like I said, going to be a spectacular sunrise. Wind chill temperatures. Yeah, we've got a little bit of that to deal with. Not much of a breeze, but that's actually holding our temperature in the 40s as of right now, but it feels like 39, 33 at Rio Medina, and the wind chill at Hondo right now is at 26, 32 over there at Randolph. And again, the humidity is going to be staying on the low side, but it will start to work its way back in here as we start to get into Friday. It's still going to be very, very nice on Friday, still below normal temperatures, but we'll just have, again, a little bit more we'll start to see the beginning of the return of the humidity. Yesterday, we did hit 61 for a high temperature, 50s in parts of the hill country. And today, add a couple of notches to that. Again, we get up to 63, and we're going to be in the low 60s all around the metropolitan area. Normal high is 77. All right, here's what's going on with the upper level winds. And of course, we've had the big front that moved on through here, and we've got this nice northwesterly flow pulling in all the dry air. Great, great weather. That's going to be sticking around today, tomorrow, as well as Friday. Friday's going to be the start of the warm up. And then what happens is we don't really have any sort of roller coaster action. We get this almost straight west to east flow in the atmosphere. This little dip right here is not going to be far enough south to do us any good. So what this means is with the jet stream, the kind of dividing line between all the cold air and the warmer air way up there to the north, this is allowing the warmer air to move on in here. And so that's why we are going to be up into the low 80s. So instead of being below normal, we're going to be above normal by averaging 5 degrees, maybe a little bit more than that. That's going to be the situation going into the first part of next week as well. And even going in, I mean, we've got a little bit of a kind of a kink right there in the jet coming in late next week. Hopefully there is a bit of a front that moves through here by late next week, but we're not seeing anything way down the road looking like what we just had as far as a big cold front moving through. Today, 63, add a couple of notches to that. Still 10 below normal tomorrow. Still a nice chilly start in the morning. 54 to start off on Friday morning. So jackets all week long. Probably won't need it by the afternoon on Friday, up to 74 degrees. And then, like I said, low 80s by the weekend. A couple more clouds around here. And those low temperatures are always a pretty good measure. When you see them that warm, you got some humidity around here. So that's going to be holding those low temperatures up. And of course, set your clocks back.
Fall back on Sunday.
Yes, indeed. As my mom calls it, back to God's time.
Love that. Thank you, Mike.
619, 42 degrees.
Just ahead, a woman who faked her own kidnapping back in court, fighting over finances with her ex-husband, who stood by her during the whole ordeal. That's next in your GMA First Look.
I got that eternal energy. You don't know what's standing in front of me. I got that eternal energy.
Are you comfortable? Absurdly comfortable. At Bombas, we're obsessed with comfort, quality, movement. Socks, tees, underwear. Because your basic things should be your best things. As always, one purchased equals one donated. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with new Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
In this morning's GMA First Look, ABC News getting exclusive access as a visually emotional Sherry Papini and ex-husband Keith Papini appear back in court.
I'm going to do everything I can to find my wife.
Nearly 7 years ago, Sherry faked her own kidnapping, triggering a 3-week multi-state search.
Hey, what's hurting? You're chained up.
She's chained up? Now, the couple in a heated fight over finances, including insurance money paid to the couple for home repairs when married. Sherry asking for her share of it, but Keith says that money is gone, in part to living expenses like $500 a day to his mother while they lived with her. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on the court proceedings. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Microsoft unveiling the new artificial intelligence work assistant. It's called Copilot, and it's rolling out today to more than 1 million companies in the U.S. that use Microsoft 365. The company says Copilot can summarize long emails, write responses, and even attend a meeting for you.
YouTube has stepped up its efforts to make sure you actually see those ads when you're watching their videos. The platform says it's launched a global effort to discourage ad blockers. Now, some videos will trigger a notice saying a playback won't resume until the ad blocker is disabled.
And DoorDash is testing a way to warn customers about tipping. DoorDash workers can pick and choose which orders they want to deliver. Now a new pop-up inside the app warns customers that orders with no tip might take longer to be delivered. No word on when the warning could go live. Hey, before we go, thousands of seniors here in South Texas are facing food insecurity and struggling to make ends meet.
So the San Antonio Food Bank has started Hunger-Free November for seniors. The goal is to dedicate 70 pounds of food to every senior dealing with hunger. Lisa Davidson is one of those thousands who are struggling with rising costs. She says programs like the food bank and food pantries are helping her afford necessities like electricity.
So for me, they also help because now I can concentrate on household stuff, personal hygiene stuff when I go to the supermarket and fill that little bag that costs so much. And food, I'm not worrying about.
The San Antonio Food Bank says more than 50,000 of those struggling in Southwest Texas are seniors. If you want to step up and help out, you can find all that information right now. Just head to our website, ksat.com.
625, 42 degrees.
Taking a live look out at the roads with TransGuide, there is that backup that RJ's been talking about for the last half hour. It's at 35 South at Loop 410. He's going to have an update to that when we come back.
This morning on GMSA, 2 suspects still on the run after a shooting at North Star Mall last night. Katrina Weber joined us with the latest on the search.
Also overnight, the Spurs getting a wild last-second win in the desert against the Phoenix Suns. Those highlights coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Top story this morning, though, is the big chill here in South Texas, down to 42 degrees. Halloween was perfect for a lot of folks, and we jump right into the month of November.
Good morning. It's 6:30 on your Wednesday, November 1st. A chilly start. It feels like November should feel.
It feels like 54 days till Christmas, Mike Osterhage.
Yeah, I had to say that, didn't you?
I did. I got it out of my system.
You know, we always think, yes, it feels like November. We're actually on the cold side compared to where we should be, the average temperature right now. So because the average high is 77, we're not going to be anywhere near that, nor were we yesterday. And the average low temperature is in the 40s. So we're way below that as well. So we've got clear skies out there. No hint of the sunrise as of yet because the sun's not going to be coming up for, better part of an hour and 15 minutes, right around there, about 7:45 this morning. And we've got 43 degrees right now. And now the wind is actually keeping temperatures up slightly. We were down a little bit lower earlier this morning. The wind kind of picked up. So that stirs up the atmosphere. When you don't have any wind, you get the heavier, colder air to settle down at the surface. We also have very dry air, clear skies. So we've got 2 of the 3 ingredients. If we didn't have any wind, we'd be a lot cooler right now. But with the wind out there, of course, we get a wind chill. Right now, actual air temperature is freezing in Hondo, 34 Comfort. Kerrville, you've actually come up a notch just in the past hour. It's been kind of hovering around 33, 34 degrees. And so, of course, in your backyard, you may be below 32 in some of those outlying and low-lying areas out there in parts of the hill country. Not much of a breeze, but just enough to add that little bite to some of these temperatures. Feels like 33 at Rio Medina and Hondo. Your wind chill right now is 26 degrees. Yeah, you may want to warm up the car this morning. Definitely. Allergens, got a whole bunch of them out there. Everything is on the low side. The updated count's going to come out in about an hour or so. Cold this morning. Clear skies, gorgeous today. We've got some really dry air upstairs in the atmosphere, so we're going to have that intense blue sky out there and plenty of sunshine. Get us up into the low 60s. So maybe still the jacket in the shade today. Rest of the week tomorrow. Still going to be nice and cool in the morning and then staying in the 60s in the afternoon, coming up a degree or 2 Friday, a few more clouds. Still going to be on the cool side. Then we get into the weekend and we go on the warm side of normal. So we're going to be up in the low 80s this weekend and a bit more humidity around here. Any more fronts way down the road? Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities. Still got those problems out there, RJ?
Actually, Mike, things looking pretty good out there. And you know what? It's interesting. You said warm up the car. Just hear my dad like in my head right there. Warm up the car. Make sure you warm up the car. Okay, so as we just mentioned, traffic now moving along pretty smooth in this area here. We just saw behind me, TransGuide was kind of adjusting the camera there for us. So again, this is our camera there. 35 south at Loop 410. There was a pretty good crash there on Loop 410 northbound. That has been cleared out. And then there was a stalled 18-wheeler that was on 35 at Fisher Road, but that has been cleared out as well. So good job by TxDOT crews getting all this area kind of situated so that we can get traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area. We're still seeing some delays though because of some of the residual effects from everything we've seen from construction to an accident there, and of course the stalled vehicle earlier there with that 18-wheeler. One other thing to let you know about right now, TxDOT still reporting this stalled vehicle there northbound I-35 at 37, so a little bit south and east of the downtown area right there by Maverick Park, Jones Avenue and Broadway. It's a couple of the key streets in that area just kind of let you know about, but otherwise traffic moving pretty smooth along the San Antonio and around our area. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. San Antonio police continue to search for 2 people involved in a shooting at North Star Mall. A loss prevention officer was the victim of this shooting.
It happened in the entryway to the Macy's store at North Star. Katrina is live near the mall with that story.
So, Katrina, we know there were a lot of police officers there last night. It looks like a different scene this morning.
Yeah, you're right. It is a different scene. It's very quiet here with no visible sign of the trouble that happened last night. Officers at that time swarmed into the mall. That was right after the shooting, which happened around 8 o'clock. They told us they not only had reports that someone was shot, but also that the shooters had gone back inside the mall. Police say the 2 people, a man and woman, were trying to shoplift from the Macy's store. They say one of them shot a loss prevention officer who tried to stop them, wounding her in her leg. The 2 suspects ran off, but police poured into the mall when they thought the pair had returned. They searched it but did not find them. They say they found the loss prevention officer inside a storage room. She was rushed to a hospital and is expected to be okay. The police say they also found some mall workers hiding in storage rooms. They apparently took cover after the shooting. The third time there has been gunfire inside the mall in recent months. As you may recall, this past summer, we reported when a man was shot and killed in a barber shop inside the mall. And then a few weeks after that, police say 2 people who had just committed a robbery shot out a glass door as they made their escape. Reporting live at North Star Mall, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Still 1 week to go in the latest special session up in Austin. The legislature is officially on the clock to complete Governor Abbott's agenda, which includes a deal on school vouchers. Governor said he, quote, reached an agreement with House leaders. According to the Texas Tribune, the governor's deal would provide about $10,400 per student for educational expenses, including private school tuition. All Texas children would be eligible. The deal reportedly includes funding for teacher pay raises and public schools. School voucher bills have been filed in both the House and Senate. However, vouchers have yet to make it to a House committee. They'll also face opposition from both House Democrats and some Republicans.
A trio of immigration bills could soon change the way Texas handles migrants if signed into law. So Senate Bill 4 increases the minimum sentence from 2 to 10 years in prison for people found guilty of smuggling migrants. House Bill 4 allows people to apprehend, arrest, or send migrants back who crossed into Texas illegally. And House Bill 6 will direct more funds to completing a border wall. Supporters say they're necessary for security, while critics say they'll just do more harm than good for people trying to find a better life in the U.S.
We're disappointed because, one, it adds to an environment that targets immigrants. It creates more anti-immigrant rhetoric, and it approaches immigration from a place that, says that we should criminalize people instead of trying to help people.
We reached out to one of SB 4's sponsors, State Representative Ryan Guillen from Rio Grande City, for a response on that legislation. We have yet to receive a reply. Senate Bill 4 awaits the governor's signature, while House Bill 4 and 6 are still making their way through the House.
You still have time to vote early in the November 7th election. Voters will see 14 propositions on the ballot that will either create or change state funding. There's also local races to decide on, depending on the precinct. To see a full list of voting locations and a sample ballot, scan this QR code on your screen. Early voting ends November 3rd. That is the day after tomorrow.
KSAT and our community partners want to remind you to roll up your sleeves and get your flu shot. There's one more chance for you to get a free vaccine courtesy of the Bexar County University Health. It's this Saturday, November 4th from 8 a.m. to noon. If you want to register, just head to ksatcommunity.com.
Might want to call a timeout to advance it.
Oh, Johnson takes it from him. Johnson hangs. Yes! And the Spurs have the lead.
San Antonio Spurs in Phoenix last night for the first of back-to-back games against the Suns, and the Silver and Black got a wild finish. As you just saw, Keldon Johnson stripped Kevin Durant and made a contested layup with 1.2 seconds left on the clock to give the Spurs their only lead of the game and a 1-point victory over the stunned Phoenix Suns last night. The Spurs, who trailed by as many as 20, broke a 9-game losing streak against Phoenix. Johnson had 27 points to lead San Antonio, playing in his 4th NBA game. Top draft pick Victor Wembanyama missed his first 5 shots before throwing down a sensational dunk in the final seconds of the first half. He scored 18 and had 8 rebounds in 28 minutes. Devin Vassell also had 18 for our Spurs. So looking ahead, the road trip continues for the Spurs. They'll take on the Suns again Thursday night at 9. Then they'll come back home Sunday to host the Toronto Raptors at 2:30 p.m. What a game in Phoenix.
Love this energy. So excited for the Spurs. Go Spurs, go.
Right now, 6:38, 42 degrees.
Stay-at-home moms do a lot to keep track of everything. So what happens if they go back to work? Just ahead, how moms can make that transition a little easier. Returning to the workforce can be challenging for some stay-at-home moms.
However, it's not hopeless. Alexa Lorenza tells us some ways to make the transition back to work a little bit easier.
You're the family teacher, nurse, chef, organizer, planner, Uber driver, and professional cleaner. In fact, Salary.com estimates that if a stay-at-home mom earned an annual salary for all the jobs they perform, it would exceed $184,000. So why is it so hard for moms to plan a career comeback?
I feel like the time that you've spent with your kids, you kind of lose your identity a little bit, and it's hard to go back and learn the new things.
Personally, I don't think we are getting like credits as we should because we do a lot of work.
One survey found 93% of women who stayed at home to care for their children have experienced or anticipated being a real challenge for them to re-enter the workforce. But a little planning can make the process smoother. First, try talking to other working moms. Ask for advice about how they juggle family and career. If you have a long gap in your resume, brush up on industry trends by taking online training courses in your field. It's also a good idea to look for opportunities to expand your network by joining professional associations, attending networking events, or going to industry-specific conferences. Also, update your resume with ways to make the transition from mom to career mom. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
Time check, just about 6:44.
We're going to check in with RJ. RJ, I know there was a big incident earlier. Has it cleared up?
Yeah, traffic has definitely kind of calmed down across the city as we take you outside. Look at TransGuide here. 35 Space Center, traffic moving pretty smooth here. And one more, 35 at Burbank, traffic moving along pretty well here as well. There is a stalled vehicle being reported on the far northwest side. This is the eastbound lanes at Loop 1604. And of course, there's a lot of construction going on here, especially along the UTSA area right there, all the way back to Babcock Road. So something for our drivers there in the far northwest side to kind of keep in mind if they are making their way into downtown. And speaking of, you can see we have a lot of green on our screen here, so this is good news for all our drivers. Even Castroville right now, things looking pretty good. We know that things usually kind of build up around this time of the morning out there on the west side for a lot of our drivers, but you can see a lot of our traffic moving pretty smooth across the San Antonio area. Quick look one more time at TransGuide. We just saw the quarry shot there. Traffic moving pretty well there. And 98 General Mullen, things looking good so far on your Wednesday morning, y'all.
No Shave November has begun, and we've got a tall task this year because last year we raised over $30,000.
Incredible.
That was 10 grand more than the year before, if I recall.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
We had, a lot of generous folks because all of a sudden they, pitch in $500 here, $1,000 here. So
yeah, I think we finished second in the nation last year.
Yes,
I believe so.
Yes. Briefly first. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna have more in the coming days.
Big goals.
Yes, more in the coming days, and I'll be posting a link a little bit later on. So
we have our nice little, kind of battle between individuals here to see who can come in first place. But it's great because everything just goes to all the great charities. So, okay, I bet I can make everybody go, "Aw."
Bet you can too.
Yep. Look at this little baby.
Aww.
How adorable.
Is it aw or ooh, RJ? Oh, both. Okay.
Look at, how cute. You can't get cuter than this. Beauty. Look at the little cheeks and little chubby arms and everything. Thank you very much for that. Just sweet as can be. All right, here's what it looks like outside right now. Traffic's moving along very well at 410. We've got a lot of clear skies. Obviously, we're not seeing any sunrise as of yet. Still not going to be peeking over the horizon for about another hour or so. And 32 freezing right now at Hondo. Pair of 34s up there, Kerrville, Comfort. So in your backyard, it may be below freezing. Same thing in and around Burning Stage. Valverde's at 33 right now and 43 out there at the airport. There's a little bit of a breeze, so we do have a hint of a wind chill to deal with. We will drop down a few more degrees. We've got that little wind. I'm counting on the wind to really kind of ease up in the next hour and a half, and that would allow temperatures to drop down. But we are going to warm up very quickly then throughout the course of the morning, up to 53 at noon, and then top off at 63. Still a fantastic day. 14 degrees below normal. I think we'll take that to kind of makes up for all those 100-degree temperatures we had out there. But yeah, just a sensational day. Lots of clear skies. You can see nothing is showing up on the satellite picture as of right now. And really around the country, there's not a heck of a lot going on. Little bit of snow, and this is actually the low that helped to pull the front on through here, and still got plenty of cold air around a good chunk of the country. But notice how it's starting to shift off to the east right now, and even up into Canada. Yeah, we've got some ridiculously cold temperatures up there, but the way the upper level steering winds are, they're going to be sort of flattening out a little bit, and this is the kind of the barrier, if you will, between the warmer air to the south and the cooler air up to the north. And as that thing just stays right there along the northern tier of the United States, a zonal pattern, as we call it, a little bit of a trough trying to come in here on Saturday, which is not going to do anything for us. It stays too far up to the north, and with this straight west to east pattern, the straight west to east flow in the atmosphere, and that keeps all the really, really cold air up there to the north. So we're going to be staying on the warm side, up in the low to even mid 80s, all the way through at least the middle portion of next week. Late next week, there are some indications that we get another trough trying to kind of dig down in here to give us another front, but that's kind of, well, right now, almost wishful thinking. So the trend is going to be, like I said, for temperatures to stay cool, below normal through the end of the work week. Then we get on the warm side of things. So 63 today. Tomorrow we start off definitely chilly, down to 40, up to 67 in the afternoon. Still another just prize-winning kind of a day. A few more clouds around here on Friday. Warmer, but below normal temperatures. We get up to 74. Then we go into the weekend, and Saturday is going to start off on the coolish side. We'll get up to 80 in the afternoon, and then notice how the low temperature on Sunday stays in the low 60s, mid 60s to start off next week. So the low temperatures Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are going to be what our high is today. So we do kind of that flip-flop, and high temperatures get up into the low 80s.
I like it.
Right now, this is fantastic.
It's great.
I even put some gloves on last night sitting there passing out candy.
It was chilly last night.
It was chilly.
My neighbors had a little fire going.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Perfect. 6:49, 42 degrees on your Wednesday morning.
You may have heard of cyberbullying, but what about chroming? Tomorrow on GMSA, what it is and how you can protect your child from this dangerous online challenge.
And outside with live cam as we wait for the sun to come up. It's just a hint out there right now. I am, as we speak, posting a link to Team KSAT for No Shave November. Look for that on my Facebook page, KSAT Mark Austin.
Matthew Matthew Perry's memoir has returned to #1 on Amazon's bestsellers chart days after his death. Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing came out 1 year ago today, detailing his life and career, including his decades of substance abuse. Perry was found dead Saturday at his Los Angeles home. He was 54.
We gave our final concert, the band's final concert. We called it The Last Waltz.
And the stars came out to join them. Now Martin Scorsese's iconic concert film, The Last Waltz, is returning to theaters for its 45th anniversary, with afternoon and evening shows on Sunday, November 5th. More info at fathomevents.com.
Hvilket køkken? Ja. Jeg tror ikke, vi kommer til at åbne dem i dag. Der ikke noget gulv, der ikke noget afløb, der ikke noget vand, der ikke noget strøm, der ingenting.
The most remote restaurant in the world follows the attempt to move a 2 Michelin star restaurant from Denmark's Faroe Islands to a small village in Greenland. Can they rebuild their facility, locally source their menu, lure patrons to take an hour-long boat ride to get there, and regain their Michelin stars? The documentary is now streaming on Viaplay. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Today on GMS 8 9, tune in for a new edition of Science with Sarah.
Sarah Spivey and David Sears will be at the Young Women's Leadership Academy with a group of second graders. They're going to be doing an experiment about sound waves. So tune in for that and much more today on GMSA at 9.
And another successful Muertos Fest is in the books. If you didn't have a chance to go by this past weekend, you can still check out all the altars on display by watching our special tonight.
We'll be airing a recap of this weekend's festivities on air and online from 8 to 10 p.m. tonight and sharing special stories from Muertos Fest. So make sure to tune in.
Just about 5 minutes till 7.
We're going to check in with RJ. RJ, how's things looking on the roads?
Yeah, guys, so taking you real quick here to our citywide map, we still have that stalled vehicle. Fortulary banners covering that right now. Stalled vehicle there, 1604 and I-10 eastbound. Keep that in mind if you are around the UTSA area. And we just had a crash reported east of downtown on the east side at I-10 and MLK Drive. So we'll continue trying to get more information on that as we move along through our 7 o'clock hour. One more quick look outside. TransGuide traffic cameras. Things looking pretty good so far. There was a lot of activity out there in this area earlier today on the southwest side at 35 Loop 410, but traffic, as you just saw there, traffic moving pretty good in that area as well. So we will continue to monitor, let you guys know more.
Still about 50 minutes away from the sun actually popping over the horizon, but look at that little orange glow out there, and looks are a little bit deceiving. 32 right now, Rio Medina, 33 Hondo. We're 43 here in town. Notice all the 34s there in the hill country, Valverde 33, so it may be freezing in your backyard, and we've got a bit of a wind chill.